Good afternoon on what is a mild, grey and cloudy day. It is Tuesday the 2nd of April and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. And what I'm going to pull out of here is this Weapons of Legacy, powerful items for your character or campaign. This is for Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition or 3.5. Published by Wizards of the Coast in 2005. So, great heroes demand legendary weapons. Some heroes find weapons of legacy, while others forge them. Unlike other magical items, a weapon of legacy gains new abilities as its wielder becomes more powerful. In the hands of a true hero, a simple sword might achieve fame and power as great as that of the Darkblade Exordis, the wizard-hating hammer of witches, or the skulls-shattering Morningstar known as Mind Splinter. This supplement for the D&D game describes nearly 50 items of legacy. Each item has its own character, a detailed history, special wielder requirements, unique powers, and adventure scenes. Weapons of Legacy provides rules and tools for players and DMs to forge new items of legacy for their characters or campaigns, along with new legacy feats, spells, a prestige class, and sonic powers for characters interested in wielding mythic weapons and other items of power. So this is sort of like one of the many supplements which Wizards of the Coast published for Dungeons & Dragons 3rd edition 3.5. Surprisingly more than you think. People kind of think today, where they're used to getting just supplements, a couple of times, 2 or 3 times a year. So here we have a credits page and a contents page, and then basically the recognisable trade dress for 3rd edition, and then we have the introduction explaining what the book is about, what's inside, more than meets the eye and what you need to play, and then straight into explaining what is a weapon of legacy. So why use them, why use them in your game, and so on. The question is, addresses the issue of artifact or legacy item there, and then designing legacy adventures. So designing adventures around items, whether that could be as treasure, a ritual, wielding and so on, how to wield an item of legacy. It's basically personal cost in doing so. So if you think of Stormbringer, that has a personal cost because it comes to dominate battlefield, taking souls even of those that Elric doesn't want to. And then so the idea that possibly you could renounce it. And then the idea of legacy against legacy, 2 mighty heroes, or a mighty villain or a mighty hero facing off each other with legacy items as illustrated there. And then we're into heroes of legacy, the types of characters that wield them. So we've got a range of different feats there. And then we have spells of legacy, starting off with the essentially revitalized legacy least, 3rd level bard spell, revitalized legacy lesser, and so on. These are essentially very similar spells. You've got a new hexblade spell, suppressed legacy for druids, and so on. A variety of different spells. We have a legacy sonic powers, doing the same kind of thing. And then prestige class legacy champion, how to become a legacy champion. So we're looking at the class features, and this is a 10th level class. Okay, and we've got a description of legacy characters in the world, and then in the game, and then we've got an example there at the end. Before we move on to items of legacy, reading the legacy entries, this is probably going to make up the bulk of the book. So we have things in here essentially non-legacy game stats, name and description, legacy rituals associated with it, history, wielder requirements, and so on, and how to read the stat blocks. So just getting everyone ready to essentially read the section. There's role-playing hooks as well. And then there's the table of legacy items, and first one, so we've got Bloodcryer's hammer. So You've got its history, got a new feat there, which is Monkey Grip, and then we have its powers at different levels. So it's growing with the player character. So there are legacy rituals associated with it, wielder requirements, legacy item abilities, and adventure seed. And it's going to follow the same format throughout. That's really accessible because essentially what you've got there is enough information to bring this into the game, including an actual adventure. And that goes even a little bit further than that. You turn over the page, you have sort of like, you know, the adventure is the Earth Cyst, and there's the adventure location with a guide to also to you know, the Earth Cyst in Ebron. And then we move on to the Bones of Lai Peng, essentially a ghoulish weapon forged from the bones of a monk. So when you've got these, each have sort of like this little encounter area where it might be found. Both the Black Archer and the underground cavern where it might be found, and so on. And these are easily dropped into a campaign. You've also got, so far you've had weapons, you have a ring of power, bully bashers, gauntlets. So lots and lots of these. Coloured bulg, sword, very broad bladed sword, caput mortem, a scythe, Selduriath's clarion, good for your, presumably good for your bard. Coral's bite, certainly good for a barbarian type, I suppose, or ranger with it, with that. Crimson ruination. Oh, and nicely, this Coral's bite, okay, comes with a Sahuagin outpost where you find. So there's a bit more to that than the other locations. So just flipping forward, and divine spark. To be found in a vampire lair. Diamond heart. And the thing is with this is it's easy. All this is easily just adapted to the fantasy game of your choice, because you know you've got all the stats and details, and you know even adventure which you can adapt. I mean, fairly easily. And here we have the mentioned Exodus sword, to be found in an Etin mountain cave. Crossbow flamecaster's bolt, basically fairly scary looking crossbow with its flaming eye skull with its flaming eyes head. So lots and lots of legacy weapons and items that you can bring into play, and some really sort of interesting looking encounters here. So for example, you have, you know, the Ghost Follies gloves. The location for that is the Empty House robbery. That sounds great for your thief. Fully detailed location. Hammer of the Witches. You know, sounds very much like the book of the same name, which is what essentially written during the 15th, 16th century, that would actually, was used as a textbook for how to deal with witches. Lore Stealer, a throwing axe, basically capable of stealing lore. So we've got Mind Splinter. Oh, that's a fantastic looking weapon. Yeah, that looks really foul. And of course, it's going to be found in a dark temple. Spear. So really just a range of excellent, gear and items in here. We've got Spurs ally. So you've got a shield as well. So it's not all just weapons, which is, you know, the obvious thing to do. But we've got a scarab. Classic Japanese style sword katana. So we've got in here, I'm just flipping through, Sling of the Dire Wind. Slings never get enough love in Dungeons and Dragons. It's one reason I kind of prefer RuneQuest, because they're kind of more fun. But you know, different games, different rules, different focuses. War geared armor, so not just swords, armor, minor, different magical items, and then come down to the end. So we move on to founding a legacy. This is all the rules for creating them. So founding legacy items, you know, how they come to be, the counter item, designing founding rituals, assigning abilities, you know, so tailoring them to your game and your game world, as it were. Legacy ability menu items. So you've got choices, things to pick from. So lots of options in there to create interesting items. You know, you can build a history and a compelling legacy item. So it's a bit of a book's a little bit damaged there. Basically snags a corner, so a little bit difficulty of leafing through here. Let's pull that up. Sorry about this, I didn't expect it to be. There we go. And then, creating all that, we've got optional rules at the end. So this covers things like magical divination, multiple legacy items, designing a mutable item, one item that can change with variable components, dual legacy items. So you know, you can have paired items, and even have monsters of legacy. So a guide there to a basic guide to them and how to create them, with an example of Wilkes, the Destroyer. There we go. So yeah, and then guide to some converted items as well at the end. So yeah, I mean, you know, if you want to do anything special with weapons in Dungeons and Dragons, then this is probably a great book to look at. You know, there have been lots of books, sort of like an articles devoted to different types of weapons and magical items, but this actually really takes it, you know, up a notch, I think, and gives you options and ideas. And here we have advert for Paizo, as it was then, publishing Dungeon and Dragon magazine to great acclaim. I've got a list of items available at the time. Probably more than that available, okay. But otherwise, that's Weapons of Legacy for Dungeons & Dragons 3rd edition. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with box containing a book or game, which I'll then unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.